God has officially left Texas. Today we're playing Minecraft again. This is a visual representation of Texas right now. It is very, very cold for a Texas standard, since it's usually like that over there. Like this is what Texas usually looks like over there. This is what it looks like right now. And if you know anything about Texas, whenever it goes under 40 degrees Fahrenheit, a lot of people die. That's not a joke. That's actually real. And right now it's at 19 Fahrenheit. There's ice plus snow on the ground. It is not, I mean, it's cool. I like to see it. It's actually really nice with like the snow falling, because we typically don't get snow. Plus, because snow is reflective with the light and all that, because light pollution. The night doesn't look like the night. You know, I literally went outside like at 12 a.m., which usually would be really dark. It was, yeah, I mean, it wasn't like bright. It wasn't daytime, but it definitely wasn't dark either. Like I could see pretty much everything around me, which again, that's just how it works, you know, whenever there's snow, especially in a big city, right? So yeah, that was pretty cool to kind of look at. Oh, actually, I will say this, I probably had it cut there, but that's because I wasn't mentally prepared to say this, or I wasn't mentally prepared. But I'm not gonna be editing today's video because I'm going back to the classic style one last time. If you are a new watcher, there is 2 days left. I think there's 2 days left now. Yes, there should be 2 days left now of me making these kinds of videos every single day, you know, until I reach 100 days. And it would be the end, like day 100, I will enter the end. I will attempt to beat the Ender Dragon. I'm saying attempt, but because I'm not in hardcore mode, you know, because I'm not in hardcore mode, I can really go back in there as many times as possible. But I'm gonna beat the Ender Dragon, and I'm not gonna end it there immediately. You know, I have plans for what I'm gonna do after I do that. I want to make it the longest video I do, and it's gonna be edited, so it might even be like a way longer video than usual, plus it being edited, you know. But when I first started these videos, for like about, I think maybe 30 to 40 videos, I did not edit these videos because they were more like my own personal diary. I mean, that's the name of this world, which I don't really show as much anymore. Back then, if you watch the really early videos, you know, the video would start, you know, before I even entered the world in the first place. You know, I'm not gonna explain everything. There's many instances of me explaining what this world signified for me, and eventually became a bit more content oriented rather than me just kind of talking about real life. And then I started making like YouTube shorts that were kind of catering to a different audience, younger demographic, which that's on me. And I stopped doing that because I realized that, you know, I was getting an audience that, with all due respect, I just wasn't really trying to attract. You know, I prefer more of an older audience that understands the idea of talking about how you feel, you know. And that's why I was really hesitant to edit videos when I first started. I could, it's not hard, just to kind of cut any time that I stutter or any time that I'm not really saying anything properly, because I really suck at talking, you know. Even though English is my best language, I just suck at talking. I just suck at talking. I don't know why. Could be because I was socially awkward for many years that I felt like I had to correct myself. I don't know, what's the reason. I have never sought any professional help in that regard to know exactly what was the problem with my brain, with my noggin, with my knob, as the British people say. I don't know. All I know is that I am low-key weird as hell. I don't really have anything planned for today. I'll be honest, I was ready to go to the end 4 videos ago. So now I'm kind of just here, and I just don't really want to make any new build or project, because I don't want to be more attached to this world. You know, the more I add, the less, what's the word I'm looking for? The more that I add to this world, the harder it is for me to leave it. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like, that's why right now I'm just essentially just gonna yap this video. I know that I have to make the little build that's gonna hold the dragon egg, but I probably won't do it on the video, because whenever I do a build like that requires attention, I just can't concentrate, and it usually makes the videos really bad. It's something that I like. Whenever I make the hardcore world, I will just make a voiceover, you know, kind of explaining what I'm doing, instead of just like actively talking while I build it. I don't know if it's a common thing or if I'm just genuinely that dumb that I can't multitask, but I can multitask. That's just not something that my brain allows me to do, and that's why right now I'm just kind of running around. Okay, again, we're going back to the old style, even though yesterday was a filler video. That was mostly because I just had no ideas, but you know, I kind of just want to talk about just what this meant to me. You know what I mean? Like it was a lot. You know, a lot of things have happened since I started making these videos, and there was a lot of reasons why I started making these videos, which I did kind of talk about, you know, at the end of the year 2025, that video. I don't know, I can't say I really learned much. I guess what I got to learn was that it's not easy. Making content is not easy, or at the very least, you know, not seeing numbers, not seeing any results, it's not easy. You know, I mean, making the content that I make is not difficult, especially like a video like this, and like the videos that I made when I first started, where I wasn't even really doing much. I didn't even edit them. So editing is not difficult at all. You know, I would say that unless you're doing advanced stuff, you know, it doesn't have like a crazy learning curve. Like if you could just do zoom ins, you know, basic keyframes, if you can cut the video, and I mean, really when it comes to cutting, you know, in videos, like editing, you just have to know when to cut, and that's about it. That's probably like, you know, something that anybody has to master, to make sure that, you know, you're cutting out the dead air and you're keeping the good stuff. Maybe that's the hard part, knowing when to do that. But besides that, the process of doing it is not difficult. You know, the way that I edit my videos is not difficult at all, especially because I usually keep everything. I only remove like the times where I stutter heavy, or there's something that I have to do, so I want to stay quiet. You know, like right now I'm just running around because I have nothing else to do. I'm pretty much done. I mean, I'd never finished the underground base. You know, I will go to it because I actually haven't gone to it since I died. What was it, like 15 days ago, I think, and I lost everything, which was I can't lie to you guys, I genuinely wanted to quit this world when I died. I can't believe that I got an even better outcome, you know. But yeah, like this was meant to be my base. I never got to finish it because I died in the process of building it, and I kind of blamed this, even though it was my own fault for essentially having no audio going into a bastion that I thought was clear of brutes. Then I get jumped by brutes. It's a long story, but I died. I never got to finish this. But if I do ever come back, this will be my base for season 2. Because I'm not completely quitting this. I don't want to quit this world. It could be a possibility that I never come back to it, though, depending on how it goes with the hardcore world. For all I know, I do like 2 to 3 weeks of hardcore, realize it's not working, and come back here instead. I don't know. I can't tell you. Like it's definitely an idea, though, that if it doesn't do well, the hardcore world, then I'll come back to this, because I mean, this is the easiest thing to do, you know. And oh, that was scary. And it would allow me to put more attention to the thank you. It would allow me to put more attention to the main channel videos, which I would kind of like, I'd say that I expect those to do better because of how much time, effort, and research I'm putting into them. Where these, I mean, originally I just started with me just playing Minecraft. Eventually I realized you have to make content. You know, if you're a content creator, unless you have like the best personality out there, where you can essentially not really have to worry too much about what do you do for your content, which I'm gonna keep it a book with you guys. I don't have the best personality. I'm not a funny guy. You know, like everybody has their own different types of humors. That's what I realized, you know, and I don't want to force myself to be like something I'm not. You know, I did that for many years when I was in middle school. You know, that I realized like, no, I have to be myself. You know, some people have the humor where you could just, you know, say something and it's funny, everybody's gonna laugh at. Some people have the thing kind of like me. I'd say like my type of humor is just that I do dumb things that people will just be like, oh, what the hell? Like, why are you doing that? Like, the joke or the fun, I guess you could say, is that I'm doing something stupid that is outrageous. You know, this, or like, you know what I mean? Something that's like, whoa, what the hell? Like, that's kind of my cup of tea, if you will. I don't know how else to put it. essentially, I'm not a funny person. I'm not quick-witted. I don't say like jokes. You know, I'm not really good at thinking on the spot of jokes. Whoa there, buddy. 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 Oh. Ah, you gotta die now. No! Either way. Anyways, yeah, so I'm not joke funny. I'm more of like, I do weird things that people just laugh at. Ouch. You know, I just realized, like, this whole time that I've been here, I haven't even torched up the place. You know what I mean? I know that I was gonna add like glowstone and stuff on the floor. Oh, I know what I was forgetting. Oopsies. Damn it, I forgot. I had to finish the bridge, the canal. I'll probably do that on a stream. I don't know when I'm gonna stream, if it's gonna be today or tomorrow. I think tomorrow I'm gonna stream. Oh, you can escape yet. I think tomorrow I'm gonna stream, and it's gonna be the last stream that I do on this world before I call it there. You know, I'm gonna try and make a long stream. I don't know if it'd be busy Monday because, you know, Texas is still pretty you know what I mean? Like, it's still pretty frozen. I don't think work will resume tomorrow. Talking about that, there was a lot of people asking on the Ring app, asking if Hella stores were open. Like, is Waffle House open? Is Taco Bell open? Is Walmart open? Like, bro, they told us. I like, some of them were definitely like, they were playing, they were taking the piss. But like, there's people that were genuinely like, that's how it started. You know, people were genuinely asking like, you know, is this place open? Bro, they told us a week in advance that we were gonna have a crazy freeze. First of all, some people stocked up for months. Like there's gonna be this like winter fallout or nuclear fallout, sorry. And then other people just didn't even get anything. So when the day of reckoning came, aka the day of like ice or sleet or whatever started to fall on us, they were like, oh my god, I need to get more stuff. Like, there was this lady that posted like, I forgot what store she said, I need to get some diapers. I'm like, bro, you cannot be this dumb. Like, if you're dumb for yourself, that's okay, but if you have a kid, you cannot be dumb. You know what I mean? Like, you have to look at the news. Okay, there's gonna be this huge freeze. Okay, let me make sure that I have everything that I need, so when it does come, I don't have to get out of my house. Because some people did get out of their house, and guess what? Because Texas is known for the worst drivers. I'll tell you this right now. I am a Texas enemy because Texans hate to admit their faults. So people are gonna say that I'm a fake Texan, but I'm gonna call it out, okay? Because Texas is known for having the worst drivers. Maybe Cali is worst. You know what? Yeah, give it to Cali. F them. But you know, Cali is the worst. But technically, we're the worst. Okay. If anybody ever asks me, it's Cali, but it's low key Texas. You know what I mean? Purchase. Sorry, I got too carried away here. Essentially, just be responsible. If you're being told, hey, this is gonna happen, even if it doesn't end up happening, because some people are like, it's not gonna happen, it's Texas. You know, even if that, because I mean, that happens every single year where people either stock up, like, you know, the freeze is gonna last for like years to come, you know, and then some people just don't get anything at all. It becomes this huge chaos. Just if they say this is gonna happen, you know, get stuff that you need. Just in case, you know, and for a couple of days, make sure you have food, make sure you have the necessities, you know, so if it does happen, then you don't have to leave your house. But that's just me, honestly. What was I even talking about earlier? Oh yeah, this world. Essentially, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to move on to the next thing, as I'm not gonna continue this world after day 100. I wanted to keep it as a stream world, but honestly, I don't think it's worth it, and I'll tell you why. I don't want to quit my main channel, and I'm putting more effort in terms of script writing, in terms of, you know, editing, recording, all these things. I'm putting more effort technically, you know, on the main channel, but I'm also putting a lot of time into this. So whenever I record these videos and I edit them, the more time that I put into Minecraft, the less time that I have for the main channel. And if I'm gonna be making better quality content on the on this channel, once I move to hardcore, which I'll definitely be adding more editing, I'll be, more like sound effects, stuff like that, things that will make it a bit more interesting, gifs maybe here and there, things that will require more time, and probably planning, because again, if I'm making content, admittedly I do have to add some sprinkle in some planning here and there, not like fake it. The last thing I want to do is fake anything. I want to make sure that everything is authentic. If I say a joke and it doesn't land, I just won't have it in the video. Or if I do something and it doesn't turn out how I wanted to, then I probably will keep it in the video. But there's times when I'm gonna have to maybe plan things out, just so I can make content out of it. Otherwise, it's gonna be boring. That's kind of my train of thought, at least for whenever I move on to hardcore. So that's gonna require more time than these videos usually do already. So it wouldn't make sense for me to turn this into a stream world when I'm already gonna be busy with, that. So yeah, that's kind of my plan. I really liked yesterday's video and today's video because it reminded me of what this channel really was. It was just me just yapping, and I really wish that this formula worked, but I understand why it doesn't. There's nothing happening. There's no crazy sound effect. There's no, rapid movements, no hyper engaging content. I mean, I feel like I don't have the luxury to do that now, but it's something that I believe I spoke to Scornboy about this, because Scornboy had commented on my video where I mentioned that I was gonna, how many days there were left. I forgot how many days there were left. I think it was 8 days. And I sent him a DM. I'm not gonna obviously talk about everything, but I sent him a DM and I was just like, I think that my content is not what YouTube wants right now. And if YouTube doesn't want my content, I can't keep doing it in hopes that it works out, because I don't have the time, the luxury of time to do it. If I was 14 to 15 years old, I probably could have kept this up for years. You know what I mean? Because I did useless stuff at that age. So it's not I could have done it, but I'm older now, and I'm not saying that nobody's pressuring me. No one's saying, hey, you have to do this, but I don't want to keep being a bum doing this and it's not getting anywhere. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. So I have to try a little harder and move on to something else, and that's why I'm moving on. I wish this is what YouTube wanted, or what some people could be interested in, but unfortunately that's just not the case. I don't control that. I'm just somebody that is just trying things. And like I told Scornboy, the guy that technically inspired this, Ken, he didn't start off doing the content that he does now. I don't know if it would have worked out, because he's more of a personality based type of creator, in the sense that he's just naturally funny. He says things that land. I don't. I'm more of a do weird things and people are like, the hell? Type, we're different people, so maybe it would have still worked out for him, but he definitely did try his hand at the meta before moving on to the content that he does now. I would imagine that if he did Minecraft content the same way that I did, the same way that I started, or the same way that I'm handling it, I think he'd do it very, very well, because again, he already has that initial following, and he's also just naturally funny. Glazing. But yeah, me personally, I probably need to be more, I guess, scripted. That's the best way to put it, or kind of more planned out, thought out to be funny, because I'm not quick-witted, unfortunately. Just how people are. I don't know if there's a book that I could read that will make me quick-witted, or maybe I need to try it out more. I'm gonna call some of my friends and then just say random jokes to them or random things and see if it lands. If it doesn't, I'm gonna slime them out. In Minecraft, I'm losing my voice now. I'm talking too much. It's already 20 minutes of me just continuously yapping. How do streamers do this? Streaming is harder than your 9 to 5, something like that. I think I'm done. Let me give you a bit of a rundown for tomorrow, as tomorrow is essentially the last day before the last day. I don't know why I said it like that. There was definitely a better way to say that. Excuse me. But I'm gonna prepare everything. I'm gonna make sure my inventory is clear. I'm gonna, before that, I don't know. I'm probably gonna do it off camera. I could stream today, but I don't know. Don't really feel like streaming. I'm not really sure. I could stream and then build the little Coliseum or whatever. Or not Coliseum, sorry. Whatever I need to build to hold the Ender Dragon egg. So yeah, when I reach the end portal, I'm going to put a lodestone compass. Put a chest near it. Put this gear right here. I'm going to make new diamond gear. Enchanted. Just in case I fall into the void and I lose everything. I should have, a chest full of items that I need. Just in case. But it should be okay. One thing that I am kind of nervous about is water clutching. I've never tried that before, so I might even practice it before I go ahead and do that. I don't know. I think that's it for today's video. At this point, I'm just yapping and I'm struggling to speak, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. If you have a dream, make sure to do it. Make sure to follow it. Be consistent. Always strive to do more, but don't beat yourself up if you do less. I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day.